All right, I think I'm live. We bring this here. Oh, I am, dude. All right. This morning I have an hour. Almost didn't do this, but I'm back, and I really ought to. Art. What are you gonna do this tree today? This little guy. And we're gone. I have headphones on because I will be listening to stuff. And we're on YouTube, so I can't share it. But that's okay. If anyone stops by, I'll make sure to pause this and respond, of course. Which just means I might not be talking as much. Today's goal is open Firefox and get to some figure drawing. So I'm a week behind on my homework, but I think it's okay. I have time to finish all this. So we're on finishing up day 8. I guess to update StreamWorld. I don't think there's anything. No, there's nothing like location based that's even remotely good to just like say where I am. Sometimes I just have notes and stuff, but this is on a plane. We got some more doodles. Tried to an environment with the brush pen. More brush pen musings. I kind of liked how this tree turned out. Yeah, and then on the flight back. So this is my Object and Orthos homework assignment I did last night. It's a little rushed, but I'm not against how it turned out. It's a pencil case. This was a book. This was like the simplest thing I could choose. The brush pen. Oh, it's way better now. Okay, look at that. It was super. The pressure of the plane like pushed the ink out or something. So. Okay. This I can try and fiddle with. I feel like this is how it's supposed to be proper. It was just so dry when the bristles were rough. Cool. Look at that. Beautiful. That ready? Boom, 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 boom. Love it. Love that for me, bro. So I'm gonna start with figures this morning. As I've said in the past, I can't post these as a reference because they are not mine to share. I'm gonna effectively try and time myself here, but it's just to get myself a little warmed up. I think I've actually done these, or I started these. I can't remember if I finished day 8 or I left off on day 8. Am I gonna be able to tell based on what I did? I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think I remember doing this one actually. This looks like. Yeah, no, I did do these. Okay, I'm on day 9. Cool. I haven't been using this too structurally, but I do like the fact that it has a different focus. So it's like, oh, now we're introducing like very bent forms. So this one is balance. Exaggerate the pose while maintaining the balance. Okay, I'm not at exaggerating poses yet. Interesting. Ooh, these are really interesting. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to it.
Something today.
That's not on my headphones. Yeah, I live stream in the morning. More mode. Let's Let's check my sound. Shouldn't be on that. There we go. Come on, brother. I believe in you. Oh, I changed that to input by accident. Ah! That's why. My bad. What is going on? 2.4 mode. There we go. There we go. Cool. So I guess something they're doing, which I should probably do, is they just kind of have this line, and then you've got this is actually really helpful to have the center line. This leg is really short. I didn't quite nail that, but that's okay. Because it helps me align everything. It's like a tree. So you could exaggerate, like this should probably be more like this. Because this is like this. I mean, this is how you make your pose dynamic, supposedly, but okay. So we have it's not dramatic enough. I do think that this is good. Okay. All right, so now we're going to trying to draw this leg, but we're kind of forward checking in. What up, Kazami? Trying to come around. Right, and then that's rough. I don't know if I like that, but it's okay. It's been a while. That's what I know here. Okay. Here's, I don't know if I have enough room for this one. So, mini proportions exercise. Trying to keep everything small. Here, here, here. Something that came up in one of Peter's live lessons, just the other live sessions, was he starts with like the core and the hips, the shoulders. Which is weird doing the head last, almost. This was actually kind of good. I liked how these legs turned out. Like it's interesting. I incidentally did a good job with this flow right here. Oh, I need to date this. So the vertical line is here. And then it slants, but the head is still on here. I'm gonna try to, starting with this still. All right. Right. Kind of not doing the Hampton stuff at the moment, but that's okay. This leg is way too short. And then this one is... I don't know how to get this to be like a dainty leg. It's alright. I'm gonna skip up. I'm gonna do something non-traditional here. If we jump up to the head that is above... In theory, it should be here. We're gonna see if my proportions worked out in just any minute now. The head's too high up. This is something. Uh-oh. Oh, this. Oh, well, hold up. Let it cook. Let it cook. What the? This is an S curve. This pinches in. Have to think about what is this shape doing, right? We're kind of here and then here. That's a weird arm. These arm poses are crazy. Okay, I should not have jumped to the head, but this is so off. Don't do that. Don't do that, lol. Okay. 2 more on day 9. I'll try to squeeze this one here. Okay, I'm gonna start with, this is pretty half-half. I think if the problem was I did the head too high, right? The head was above. I'm gonna try it again. The thing I just said I wasn't gonna do again. So I'm trying to do this. Oh, this is like incidentally foreshortened. These legs are really long. I think it's because I made the pelvis too big, but that's okay. It means I'm adjusting the figure properly based on one thing I draw. Yo, chummy, we are so back. Oh no, I broke her legs so hard. Okay. Yeah, these legs are, something's wrong. I shouldn't be trying to correct this too much. Yeah, hold on. This is too high. I've been good. Last week was honestly great. Just the time away and what I was away for, just incredible. I'm just trying to keep it with me as much as I can. Things with you, I guess. I don't know. I always feel weird asking that to people, especially when we've like spoken, because then it's like, yeah, we're on a live stage. Be careful with what you say. Okay, and then, dude, I really like figures for warming up. I mean, you can just see the warm up takes place. So anyway. I'm gonna this here. Okay, I really like starting with the foot. There's a block here, dude. Someone say block. Someone say a little perspective practice. Okay. She's like that. one of these days I'll do these from like memory and try to treat that exercise, but I'm not there yet. Boom, boom. I like that. This arm's straight up, so I don't really mind losing it. Don't hate. I don't hate it. This is not a fountain pen. No, this is a felt liner Papermate. The fountain pen is working again, but I'm trying to just dry out my current pens. Okay. Now we're on to compositions now. I have another half hour. I want to get more than 2 done, but I think I'll only get 2 done. So these are the Toy Story ones I did. 42, so 8 more to go total. I do have compositions already obtained. If I can find them. Are they on desktop? No. Downloads? Yes. Incredibles. Okay. Okay, I like them. I don't remember why I really chose these, but they're fun. Look at that. What shapes do you use for figure drawing? I use vibes. I'm a combination at the moment of someone who will do it's kind of Michael Hampton style, but it's a very, so on one hand, so let me go to one of these bonus poses. So on one hand, you've got, you start with his head, and then you start with the spine. So your goal, my takeaway at least, is the intention is not to draw the silhouette of the figure. The goal is to simply draw the shape of the spine and ensure that you are using all of these kind of counter lines, right? So this is not really going well, but you've got certain places where make that head a little bigger. These lines are just kind of flowing. So this is on one hand what sort of I'm going for, but also I'm also looking at you've got this main torso, and to add a little dimensionality to it, you've got the the ribs come up here in the rib cavity. This pose is line of action stuff, and then I'm looking at the pelvis. So you've got it's coming like this, and then you've got the head at the top. My proportions suck, and I'm not really great at the relative proportions. And then you do that. So I'm looking at these lines overlaid on top of these shapes. But also I'm kind of seeing this here. You got this, and then I'm here. We've got the torso as a box. You've got the shoulder joint. You've got the cylinder, the elbow, right, and then you've got the hand. You've got another. I'm going way too fast, but I'm also seeing these shapes. So this is the leg and a really big cylinder. These kind of come in. This should be like this. You've got the knee. You've got the cylinder coming in, and I'm not good enough to be doing this fast, but so these are the 3 shapes / figures that I am personally looking out for. This is Michael Oh, you can't even see the bottom left. Sorry. Hampton. He has a course on Proco. Would recommend. I haven't watched the course, but you have some free videos online. I would recommend those for sure. But to answer your question, I've got the mannequin of basic shapes. Yeah, and that, and just trying to capture motion, because I think these lines are so good for trying to capture motion. These lines help me really find the proportion of everything, and these shapes really help me put things into space. That's my, naive amateur take on things. I'm now going to start drawing the Jack composition. I hope that answers the question. But yeah, of course. Thanks for asking. Anyway, so yeah, it ends up trying to be an amalgamation of all of them, which I shouldn't be doing, but I want to also work on line confidence, and these scratchy lines, well, they're scratchy for me. They can be more confident, and I need to work on that. That actually might be a good exercise to do all these three in. I know one of the other terms is another figure drawing semester, and I'm just trying to remind myself of that. Okay. I'm going to minimize the Jack a little bit. I just learned about shots.cafe the other day, so I might actually go and use that. I have no recycle bin up here. Oh well. This is general composition here. It's a bit square. That's okay. This is what it looks like it is. And I'm seeing a bit of a, if we have a half point, here, it's worth noting that there's some ellipses happening here. You've got some off visual center, but on true center ellipse action with the pupils. That's cool. I need a lot more work, dude. This is rough. That's all right. All right, and then we got the dad. I think what's so important about these is, okay, for me, I got to make sure that the kind of momentarily, I'm slightly locked in. I'm trying not to make. Oh, it all just fell apart. It all just fell apart. The eyebrows sort of brought it back. I'm still like struggling so much to figure out these relative proportions because I want to draw this. I tried too hard to make him smaller on the paper because he's not smaller in reality, obviously. The dad, Mr. Incredible himself. So it did okay. I just because I see Mr. Incredible and I want to draw him not to scale, but like as big as the subject. But I gotta remember to just keep because I'll zone in on one thing, and I'll draw it this big. But then I gotta remember that this has to be bigger. Like Jack. Well, that's that one. I'm going kind of fast, but I don't mind. I gotta remember there's more that I need to do. Oh, I have some more Moana pictures. This one's cool. I like this one because it covers my face. It's like looking down, and I don't really know how to go about it. So. Okay. So in this case, oh god, this is a wide shot. I think it's this. I don't know. So I need to think this out. We've got the slant that goes this way. So about halfway through the slant, we've got the pig. But then Moana's, head kind of. Where is your lion confidence, brother? Here, little deltoid arm. I'm kind of jumping around because I don't know where my favorite place to start is. So okay. I'm definitely jumping around. It's good so far. I don't hate this so far. Here, piggy, piggo. And I bombed it. The snout should be way further out. That's okay. We adjust. We simply adjust. We course correct. And these eyes are not great. That's okay. I am Moana. His face. And then there's the or. Right. I don't know how to, this being trees, I mean, you've got like, one tree, and you've got like, six, seven. Right, so you got the shape of the trees in the top. Shape to form, I guess. Head anatomy next turn. This I want to do again. This is just way too fast, but that's okay. I don't hate it. I kind of got this angle right, but you don't. There's no implication or indication, not implication, that she's going up. And I guess if I look at this shot closely, like there isn't. But I kind of did good. And then I think, you know, paying attention to shapes. Background, because the thing is there are different affordances, right? So if I took this image and I made those trees blue and blurred it, like if I blurred the trees in the background and I just kept it green, you'd know they're trees. But if I blurred it and then made it blue, it would probably be the ocean. So I kind of have to constantly remind myself that, like, there's no perfect world, right? Actually, you know what? I kind of want to pencil this one in. There's no perfect world in which, you know, you perfectly add what's there. And the more I am practicing art, the more I remind myself of that like nothing is real. It's, you know, you just have to make the brain do the right thing. I am Moana. I should be listening to Moana right now. Pencil and Jack 2 while we're at it. Why not? There were some people with some really cool thumbnails, and I loved how they had like marker and different values in the backgrounds, and I hope to be that good one day. But for now, just gotta do what I can do. I think I would kind of. I feel like I'd have to take an actual like composite or thumbnailing storyboarding class for that. All right, I got 20 minutes. I'm kind of not. I wouldn't call myself blasting through these, but. All right, next. Why is this open in GIMP? That one's so busy. All right, see you, Kazami. Thanks for stopping by. Am keeping it up to the best of my ability. Oh yeah, this one's fun. It's pretty complicated too, so I'll do that one. Hopefully these are big enough if you want to draw along, but like it's being small for this kind of thing is not bad, so it's all right. Ugh. This one I gotta stare at for a minute because I can see the perspective. Whether I can, actually implement it is a different thing. I'm trying to tell myself, like, what are the indications? Well, obviously, the base of the cones are a good indicator. There are ellipses in these cones. The buildings are a very, very clear indicator of perspective. And this really sharp one point really puts Buzz at the front. Like that's, how do you know Buzz is in front? Well, A, because he's bigger than everything in the back. Well, obviously not the car, but we know this on a small car because there's overlap. So the things in front are overlapping the car. Trying to understand these things in space is what I'm just kind of verbally doing here. And he's in front because he's the most overlapped item. It's an important thing to note. And so I need to remember and remind myself that the car is smaller than I think it is. Alright. Yeah. I think it would be drawn really big, but in my mind I'm already thinking that the car takes up the whole frame, and because Buzz isn't as big as this car, he's gonna be small, but that's not true. Buzz in fact is cropped out of the frame here. So this looks like the same thing. I kind of did good with this aspect ratio. Cannot lie. Kind of happy with that. This one is a little wide, I think, actually. That's okay. Buzz is exactly on a third. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Buzz, and I'm gonna work my way back to the character. So I'm gonna try working very intentionally here, working from what is the most front-loaded thing to the most back-loaded thing. Goes to half the comp. So yeah, I'm trying to think of just completing, like completely doing buzz here. And already kind of butchering it. Because, yeah, shoot. Okay, well, I'm going to just see if I can finish this. Okay, this is good. It's not great, but I think it's what I intend. It's what I want, right? You've got like a little shading here. So this is good. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna expand it down. Now the challenge is to keep everything in this frame, right? So the dog, right, planning it out, you know, you've got really small here. I don't know if this isn't slandered enough. That's okay. If you squint, it's a little gnome. Hey! I'm just like unfocusing my eyes. By God. Drawings and environments are no more than gnomes and boxes, bro. Okay. This is okay. This makes it seem like the dog is a little smaller than it is, but I'm okay with that. I'm trying to keep everything on its own. I'm like expanding my space as I go. Because I think I made Buzz a little too big. But that's okay. I'm gonna do Mr. Potato Head. I'm gonna draw this like way smaller than I think I need to. Good call. This like goes up to half. That works. Now where's the piggo? Piggo here. I think in general, like I'm thinking of the memory exercises that I could do during figure drawing, and like and look, there's not enough space for the dinosaur. gonna just drop the die now. Bad drawing aspect I should have gotten. So now the wheel doesn't go all the way up. So I'm trying to keep this light, and mostly, you know, partially at least, as an experiment where here do this. This kind of goes here. I think what I'm thinking about is good. Like, I'm thinking about the right things. Not enough space between characters. Yeah, there's not enough space to show this back tire. And then I also don't really have the buildings here. Just trying to do some indication that it's a building. And then we'll also do the same thing here. Okay, yeah. This is pretty good. The car kind of works. This tire does not, because it's out of perspective, and I try to copy the reference too closely. But I'm like kind of okay with this. And look, this line actually really works. It's the Horizon Street line. Let's go. There's also shadows. That's it. Whatever. You got Buzz, you got Mr. Piggo. And I'm gonna wrap up the stream, I think, with this one. I did 3, which is more than usual. I think I just kind of did a good job at going a little faster. I think I'm thinking about the right things. Like, I really like this car in the background. Like, this tire really sold it. I don't know if it's identifiable as a car, really, because there's no tire over here. But yeah, I'm okay with this. I got 5 minutes, so I'll doodle, but brush pen. Yeah, I'm gonna doodle with the brush pen a bit. Thanks for stopping by, gamers, and if you're watching this live, join the Discord and come share what you're drawing. Bye.